In this video I'm going to showcase the Blockfrost.io support in CTL. We at MLabs have been working on it for the last 4 months. Let's start by opening the documentation. It is located in the doc folder of the repo. Here we see blockfrost.md file, and there is an instruction for setting up the Blockfrost powered test suite. We should start with the first step. Go to blockfrost.io and generate a new API key. I already have the key generated. It is located in the dashboard. So I go here and copy my key. I go to my text editor and locate blockfrost.env file inside my repo. Here I paste my key. Now I need to generate the private keys as described here. I created a small shell script that takes care of calling Cardano CLI with the appropriate parameters, and it generates 2 private keys, 2 verification keys, and my address for use on the preview network. Let me use that script. Now I have my payment.address and 2 files that contain the private keys. Now I can go to the config file for the Blockfrost test suite and type here my key names, payment.skey, which stands for secret key, and the stake.skey. Now I can copy my address to clipboard and fund it with some test data using the faucet. I use preview testnet and I type here my address. I go to the Explorer, type my address here, and wait for funds to appear. once the transaction has been confirmed, I can start running the tests. The tests themselves are located in my case, in test/blockfrost/contract.pers. There are two test suites. They are described using mode library, which provides functions for defining test plans using group and test keywords. And CTL's own machinery allows to specify funds distribution that have to be satisfied before the test can be executed. And inside the test body, we use the wallets that correspond to predefined actors. We can start the test suite using Blockfrost test script from npm scripts. It checks out our environment setup to the environment variables and executes the per script module that contains the test. First of all, the test suite checks the backup wallets that it uses as temporary wallets for testing for leftover funds. Then it initializes the test wallets that we defined in our distribution, in our ADA distribution here. So here we specify that we want to have two wallets, one with 2 UTXOs for 10 and 20 ADA and another one for 2000 test ADA. So combined, these wallets will require 2030 ADA, which we see here. Now we see that this test has completed successfully just now, and we see a warning that this test didn't spend any ADA, and maybe we could skip funding it. Now the second test will show a minimal key hash to key hash transaction. And it requires only 30 ADA here in 2 UTXOs. Let's check our wallet. We have a lot of TXs already. These TXs are simply for distribution of funds and getting them back. Yeah, here we see the status of the next test and a message saying that we have refunded some funds back. The amount is not the same because of the transaction fee. And we can probably see where we have these funds returned back. Yeah, here it is. And this is the address we used. It has 3 transactions. The first one is funding by our address. The next one is for sending the 10 ADA amount to ourselves, which is basically what the test does. And we refund all the UTXOs we have back to the main wallet that the test engine uses. We can hit Ctrl+C now. We stopped the test engine, but we didn't lose the funds that were sent to the test wallets here. We will get them back when we run the test suite next time, because all the temporary keys that I used for testing are located in test data keys, and the test engine will try to return all the remaining funds on them in the beginning of the test execution.